The following
DSP tries it.
has been paid for by the
Kojima World Order.
Nintendo has publicly stated that once again they will not be at E3. Yeah, I know. Nintendo used to be the giant. Nintendo used to be, when you went to E3, they were primarily what you were there for. Because they were the #1 game developer, the top dog. They had all the killer franchises. Everyone wanted a Nintendo. Nintendo was synonymous with video games. People actually just called everything a Nintendo game, even though it wasn't always for Nintendo. That's how popular Nintendo was. Now Nintendo has fallen so far, they don't have anything to fucking show at E3, so they don't go. Wow. 2 years in a row where Nintendo is not attending E3. So, what has Nintendo decided to do? Nintendo has decided that in lieu of not going to E3, last year what they did, they had their own Nintendo Live press conference on the internet where all they did was announce all the games for Wii U that you probably already knew were coming out, like the Donkey Kong game and, Mario, all the games you knew were going to be coming out because they're first-party franchises. They announced them last year. That was all it was. And people were like, this is what Nintendo has to offer E3. This sucks. This year, guess what Nintendo is doing? They have decided to partner with Best Buy. They will be renting out some kind of a convention center, and they're going to be doing an invitational only specialty Smash Brothers tournament. Now, the game that's going to be there is the new Smash Brothers. So they're inviting, apparently, from what I'm to understand, and I don't know because I'm not too much into the Smash community, but apparently Nintendo is going to invite 16 of the top-ranked Smash Brothers players from around the country, the world, I don't know, but they're going to invite them and have them play in a 16-man tournament in a game they've never played before, and that's how they're celebrating E3. That's definitely going to sell games, isn't it? Oh my God, if you could be any stupider. How could you think that's what people want? Now let me get this straight. You're advertising a game to the people. You advertise it by having an inclusive event where only 16 people can play the game. Why not have an open invitational, anyone can attend, come, pay an entry fee, sure, but come and it's the big Nintendo launch tournament where anyone can come and celebrate the launch of our great new Smash game. No, invitational only. So immediately the whole event is elitist because they handpick who they think are the best players. What the fuck? Like, really? Really? That's all Nintendo's doing. So you're going to get this straight. No presence at E3, no special, big announcements looming, nothing. How are they going to sell games? How are they going to sell the Wii U when you have no news and you're not working on anything? It boggles the mind. We still don't have a release date for Bayonetta. We still don't have a release date for X. Well, what was the other one? There's a third game. Oh, we don't have a release date for Smash Brothers. We don't even have that. Please give us the release date. My God, give us the effing release date for Smash Brothers at E3, or at least E3 week when you're having this event. Please do something. Because, I'm desperate at this point. Seriously, I'm just so upset that Nintendo is tanking everything. What are they doing, right? What are they doing? How can you be more out of touch with your customer base? I don't know. Okay. And then finally, the last thing, again, Nintendo, which I hate to do all these negative stories about Nintendo, but that's all there is in the news about Nintendo anymore. So it was announced that Mario Kart 8, which actually comes out at the end of this month, and I do want to say this up front, I'm excited for Mario Kart 8 because for the first time ever, brainstorm genius, right? For the first time ever, you could do couch co-op while playing online. Let me repeat that. John Rambo and I will be sitting here playing Mario Kart 8 together, but we're going to jump online and challenge other people too. How cool is that? That's freaking awesome. That's like an innovative idea. Why has no one ever done that before? They finally did it. Amazing, right? But of course, there's always a catch. So here's the catch: is there's an in-game recording studio for Mario Kart 8. It's called Mario Kart TV, MKTV. Now, what this allows you to do, okay, is to record video from the game, all right? And it's raw video, by the way. It's not with commentary or anything like that. It's just your raw gameplay. And when you're done with that match, okay, you can go to a video editor and you can actually choose different cameras that were available to pan around and get the best shots of the race and the epic moments of the race, and then you can automatically upload that video to YouTube. This is built into the game. They thought this is innovative. Sony has game capture software built into their console. Xbox has it in theirs now, and we don't have it. We got to do something, so they built it into this game. So you might say to yourself, well, that sounds fun. That sounds really fun. That's great. I'll use it immediately. Well, guess what? Already, there's been announced that because this is gameplay footage that does not have commentary on it, that Nintendo has full intentions, they even announced it formally, that 100% of people who use this app to upload their video to YouTube will have the rights, advertising rights, immediately claimed by Nintendo. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, back in December, we had all this hoopla. Because what happened on YouTube was that they have a new policy. They flicked the switch without warning anybody. They flicked the switch, and immediately anyone who wasn't considered a managed partner, meaning a partner under a network where the network was vouching for them and saying, no, this content is legal, don't attack these people or take away their advertisement rights. Nintendo went out and the floodgates opened, and literally every playthrough of Nintendo ever was claimed by Nintendo. And I can tell you right now, not one of the videos that Nintendo claimed was ever released by them. So any of my playthroughs of Nintendo games that you watched up to December of last year, I don't get credit for anymore. So, wow, remember when Phil and John played Super Mario Bros. 3 last year and they set everything up and that was awesome? Guess what? Don't get credit for it. This new app is going to literally set up every video that you use in this app that's in the game. It will immediately become Nintendo's property, and Nintendo will immediately start advertising on those videos and making money. Okay? Now, I could see both sides of the fence on this one. Because on one side of the fence, Nintendo's saying, listen, first of all, we gave you this option for free. We didn't have to put this app into the game. You're not paying any extra. You're going to pay the standard purchase price for a game. So you should be grateful we're giving this to you to begin with. We can do whatever restrictions we want on it. So we want to claim advertisement rights on the videos that you make. Tough shit. We get the advertisement rights. Another big piece of contention here is that there's no commentary on any videos that you upload through this thing. Basically, all you're doing is you're doing raw gameplay, you're editing the camera angles, and then you're just uploading that to YouTube. So I could see Nintendo actually, in this case, I have to almost side with Nintendo and say I think they're right in this way. Like, okay, I understand why they're saying this is their legal property. I still think it's a gray area because, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, it's never gone to court, but you can't make any video game footage without someone physically picking up the controller and pressing the buttons and doing the input. Yes, Nintendo might have designed the controller, Nintendo might have designed the software, but you are the performance artist who uses all of that to create something. So you're telling me that a musician who buys a guitar, okay, he rents a stage, okay, an arena, the seats and everything, he rents it out so that he can perform and try to make money. Are you telling me that the music that the musician makes with all that is now the legal property of the guitar manufacturer and the legal property of the venue? And no, absolutely not. But the video games, for whatever reason, is like the only medium where we're allowing these copyright holders to push us around. So my opinion, no, because you contributed via gameplay, that gameplay should be your property. Now you might argue, well, no, Nintendo provided the software to make the video, Nintendo created the game itself. Okay, then share the advertisement rights with me, right? I did the gameplay, you made the game, let's split it. But that's not what Nintendo wants to do. Nintendo wants to take 100% of all advertisement revenue on anything Nintendo. All right? Now, when you're so desperate that you can't even go to E3, you know what I mean? You're not even going to be at E3 because you have nothing to sell. And then you all of a sudden make an announcement, oh, there's this great in-game app where you can make your own videos, but then there's this kind of little thing behind the scenes that it's like, wow, did Nintendo really even just put that app in the game to make extra money on ad revenue on YouTube? It's kind of underhanded, and it really makes you think about the company. So that's why it's a big thing of controversy this week. I actually think in this case, I a little bit side with Nintendo. I understand why they're doing that, but at the same time, I don't, because I have to side with gamers and say the gameplay should be your creation, your content, not theirs. But it hasn't gone to court yet, and there's no definitive answer on it, but that is what's in the news this week. Yeah? You fucking own me? Fuck you. Because that's where it fucking belongs, in the fucking trash. When a company tells you that they're more important than you and they own you, that's what you fucking do with them. Fuck the Wii U and fuck Nintendo. Because Nintendo is a bunch of fucking assholes. So fuck you, Nintendo. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You need to grow the fuck up and understand that your entire fucking fan base, you just screwed them and they literally are just gonna fucking do this. Who's gonna buy a Nintendo game now when you basically said we own our customers?